Straight betting. We running this shit the fuck up today. We got Jay Sleeper in the building. And we're looking to fucking legally rob the books. Take them for all their coin. JJ, how we doing?
Doing all right. Nice little Friday going to the weekend.
Yeah. Are you ready to rip the bars or what?
I am.
Are you hitting them tonight?
There's a high possibility, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going tomorrow afternoon, I think. Having a couple. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you'd be paying for drinks around where you're at, bro, but that shit is kind of pricey in Charlotte.
Oh yeah. That's pricey over here too.
Yeah. What's like a like a tall beer or something?
I mean, honestly, depends on what you're getting.
Yeah.
Like if you're getting like an IPA or something like that.
What if you're getting a natural light? They probably don't even sell that shit.
I don't even know what that is.
And it's like some like shitty beer. Yeah, no, I think I went like last weekend I went, it was like that shit was like I think 13. I got like a hazy IPA or something. And I think that shit was like 13. And then like you gotta like tip and shit. Like when you pay, does it say like oh, what percent would you like to tip on like the little like screen and shit?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like 0. No, that shit is like such like a guilt tripping tactic. It's kind of like smart though. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know, bro. It's like all you really did is like fucking stuck like a cup like under like a faucet, dude. Like it's not like that hard, but I don't know. It makes you feel like a scumbag. Well, if the bets hit, I shouldn't have to worry about that shit, right?
exactly.
What if they fucking cake, boy? I'm like manually entering in 0. Best believe that. No, I'm playing, guys. Make sure to tip your workers. Okay. Let's get into the props. I got 2 for today, both in the same game. And then we can do a little game breakdown. Let's look at the comments. Good morning, Con. Good morning, Gaston Moon. How are you guys doing? Hope all is well, of course. And yeah, let's get into this. All right. First official play, guys. Actually, to be honest, both of my plays are from the Cavs Piston games, and both of my plays are point props on Piston guys. So let's get into the first one. I went with Asar Thompson under 10.5 points. I was a little surprised to see this line, to be honest. I guess it did kind of juice up at Caesars and FanDuel, but BetOnline still has minus 120s, still minus 115s at DK and 365, still minus 120s at a lot of places. So that's all good there. But yeah, JJ, I don't know if you've been keeping up with Sar at all, but the dude has like been playing complete dog shit minutes. You got like 18, 18, 21, 20, 19, 21, 18, 29 against the Heat, then like 16 without Cade, 9 without Cade. I'm assuming that there was some foul trouble involved in here, but still, it's like not like they were in like a rush to get him back on the court or anything. Then he did play 27 in a win against Spurs, but minutes have been pretty shit recently. But if we go to less than 10 feet shot range, Cavs have been packing the fuck out of the paint. 4th lowest shot frequency there. Opponent points in the paint. 4th lowest points in the paint there. Teams shooting, restricted area, 7th fewest points per game there. Mobley rested last game. He was out for rest and should be back here. Jared Allen has not sat a game this year, so assuming we'll get the Twin Towers in there to clog things up for Asar. She'll get really good paint defense, obviously. I mean, that's 91% of his points. Non-free throw points come in the paint. So JJ, I did like a little filter right here because I don't think Cade being out really affects like his usage or anything. Like, it shouldn't. It's just going to be like Dennis Schroeder. Especially, I think it would maybe if they didn't have Dennis, but now that they have Dennis, I don't think it's really going to affect much. We can go to not even use a minute filter, but opponent points in the paint. What I did, do it against teams that are top half of the league in opponents' points in the paint allowed. As you can see here, he is averaging 8.1 points per 21.5 minutes, I projected him out for 22 minutes. I think he's been averaging like 19 per minutes per last 10 over the last 10 games. So, but like no Cade, I'll give him like the 22 minutes. And yeah, per 22 minutes against teams that rank in the top half of the league at defending points in the paint. Asar is only averaging 8.3 points per game per 22. So yeah, I think that this is a pretty good look. JJ, what are your thoughts here on Asar?
I like it going against that Cavs defense because yeah, they are packing the paint. They have been allowing a lot of threes, so probably not a good spot for him here. Thing outside of that, I'm surprised he hit a three the other day. It's kind of funny.
He shot 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he. So how many is this on the year? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, he went a long stretch without hitting the 3. Holy shit, dude. How many games is this? I mean, this is like a 33 game sample. That looks like a 25 game stretch or so without hitting the 3. So
Yeah.
hopefully Asar doesn't hit like 2 threes or something today. But yeah, I think it's a pretty brutal matchup. Minutes have not been good. And like I said, even with Cade, 16 and 19, like I said, probably a little bit of foul trouble, but definitely weren't in a rush to get him on the court there. And it's just tough because when you're playing during big minutes, like I mean, you can't have like 2 non-shooters on the floor in today's NBA, really. Like you're cooked, buddy. So yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff to like with Asar under here. And yeah. Let's piggyback off of that. Go and get into the second play. I'm rolling with Dennis Schroeder, which also got a little juiced up, but still some good numbers out there. I'm taking him over 13.5 points. Look, he's absolutely fucked me over the last 2 games. Like I'm actually down like I think maybe $400 the last 2 games on Dennis Schroeder props because this motherfucker, bro, I had him over 6.5 assists here. He had 15 potentials. 5 assists. And then I had him over rebounds and assists here. This dude got into foul trouble and it was a blowout. He literally lost like 6 first half minutes due to foul trouble or something. Or 6, and actually no, third quarter minutes too. He lost a shit ton of minutes due to foul trouble and blowout last game, and he ended at 8 rebounds and assists. But gonna have a short memory here and not be in my head. But with Cade off, I mean the dude's averaging 18.37 points per 36. I probably have him at 33 or 34 minutes. So, yeah. And then he's averaging, let's see, the game's in Detroit, right? Yeah, game's in Detroit. So I guess that helps with blowout stuff. Probably one of Mitchell or Garland is resting here, I would assume too. But yeah, he's averaging 18.37 points per 36 with Cade off and like shooting awful splits in it. So it's like 36% from the field, 28% from deep. So on like normal shooting splits, I mean, you could easily get him up to like 20, 21 points per 36. And yeah, matchup with the Cavs. One thing I do want to show is like him and Cade kind of sneakily have a similar game. It's Cade's a lot more like paint dominant and like, post ups and stuff, but they both are like very like mid-range heavy, like point players, or like they take a lot of middies and stuff, a lot of pull-ups. Like to work the mid range more than like your average guard. But like they let Cade do his own thing. Like Cade was averaging 26 field goal attempts against the Cavs. Schroeder's kind of in that Cade role where he's very ball dominant and stuff. They don't really have many other ball dominant players, and they've been allowing a ton of pull ups. Let's see, where is this opponent pull ups? Yeah, Cavs will allow a ton of pull ups. A lot, like 7th highest frequency for pull ups, 2-point frequency. 4th highest. So yeah, Dennis loves to work the mid range. We'll ISO a little bit where the Cavs allow the most points per game. And yeah, so they'll give up the pull ups. I think that this line's pretty low for Dennis. But what's your thoughts on Dennis here?
Yeah, he definitely lost out on a lot of minutes with foul trouble plus blowout. I think he should get like 30 plus here. So as long as he shoots decent, he should be in a great spot.
Yeah. I wonder what is his usage been with Malik without Cade? Oh, did Malik not his usage in these games? Okay, he had a really poor usage. Okay, that's actually a little bit concerning. I will say these matchups were actually pretty tough for him to score the ball. The Pelicans and the Spurs, because they actually just don't really allow pull-ups. Actually, I guess the Pelicans are kind of up there, but He did have 16 against the Pelicans, but the Spurs, yeah, third lowest pull-up frequency. They pretty much blitz the pick and roll every rep. They're up there with like the Nets and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, I like Dennis a ton here. I think that he owes us, and I think he gets up like 14 or 15 shots. So hopefully that should be enough for a 13.5 point line. Okay. Let's stay on this game. Let's break this one down. I see we have some questions coming in. We'll get to that A15A, but we're gonna stay on this game for a little bit. Donovan Mitchell over 23.5 points. JJ, I'm gonna give you the floor, but before I do so, I just want to say I think there's a pretty good chance that he probably doesn't play.
I was gonna say the same thing. That's why I'm kind of staying away from cast props here. I want to see like who's actually going to be out.
Mm-hmm. JJ, I will say, so Garland only played 30 minutes. Mitchell played 35. I would think that Mitchell's more likely to rest, but what I will say is that one of them probably does rest, and I think it's actually like a pretty good look to just bet both of their overs. I mean, you could probably fuck yourself into like, maybe you could fuck yourself over doing that. Maybe pick one of these guys overs though, and then like it's what do you think the chances are that one of Mitchell or Garland sits?
I think it's pretty high.
Yeah.
They consistently rested at least one person on this team on back-to-backs.
Yeah. So you could kind of jump the gun a little bit here and then be like, okay, I'm going to play, because it is a good matchup for both of them, right? I mean, pick and roll handler, third most points per game. I think they've been allowing a shit ton of pull-ups too. Pistons, yeah, third highest pull-up frequency. Pick and roll handler, good numbers there. And I think like the pick and roll man with Dern has been a little bit susceptible as well. So yeah, I mean, if it's going to be one of these guys, which I would kind of think it's Garland, I think that these guys could actually have like really solid games.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I would probably lean towards Mitchell sitting here.
What would you think about Darius Garland PRA? So like you could do like with
28. I mean, I like it. His assists definitely will go up here. And I think with his weird scoring lately, I think just that extra passing would definitely help here for his PRA.
Yeah. Yeah, or rebounds and assists. I wouldn't hate that. I just think it's a good matchup for him to score the ball though. That's what I'm thinking. I actually think I might play this, to be honest with you. Just because, like, I mean, look, if he sits, he sits. I highly doubt that, both of them sit. You could do like with Mitchell and Mobley, because Mobley's going to play for sure. And it's like 53.8%, but like, and then I would say it's like a good matchup, right? I mean, and then, yeah, definitely would say it's a good matchup with Dern slow-footed ass playing in that pick and roll. And yeah, then it's like a really good chance that you don't get Mitchell here. I think at least. Let's see. Yeah, JJ, I don't know. Talk me off this. Am I tripping here or?
I mean, not at all. I think there's definitely a lot of upside if you're really predicting Mitchell sits.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna run this. Let's run it. Darius Garland PRA. Darius, you respected my coin last game when I faded you. So all I ask is you respect my coin when I back you too. Not asking for much, right, JJ? Just miss shots when I take your under and make them when I take your over. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna play this. So PRA, good line at prop builder. It's minus 117 in front of my screen right now. It says minus 114 on Madness. I wonder. Yeah, minus 117. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm ripping this. JJ, do you want to go over any Pistons questions that we have?
Just Tobias Harris. J-Main said Tobias got 20 combined points in the 3 games versus Cleveland. No Tobias, no K. 1-6 to the over 15.5. Let me see how he's done recently. Just want to work. Let's see the per 36. See, since the deadline. Yeah, Tobias per 36 since the trade deadline, about 15 field goal attempts per 36 minutes. I mean, yeah, it is going to be a tough matchup for him. Because who do we think he matches up with here?
Either Evan, but it might make sense to put Evan on Asar, but like Asar doesn't. Yeah, I think it comes down to like I think you'll see a lot of Evan Mobley on him for sure, and that's like a brutal matchup. Like honestly, so
Yeah.
But like I would if I was Kenny Atkinson, I would put Evan on Asar to start and just like use him as a roamer. I think that could like wreak havoc.
That's what they did last time too.
Yeah, and then maybe Asar like inevitably gets like benched for that because like he's if he's just like fucking up the spacing and like letting Mobley wreak havoc, then I would say he starts to take him. I hope that happens. Get a little Asar getting bench.
Yep.
Let's see. We saw Sasser. Yeah, Marcus Sasser is also an op of mine. I will say he's been fucking hooping every time I've been on Dennis. It just like eats away at a little bit of minutes and usage. So I'd love to take his under at some point. But yeah, no, I actually agree with this. I think that he's probably actually in a good spot, right? He could take advantage of some of the pull ups. He could take advantage of the catch and shoot stuff that they've been leaking. I will say I'm always a little bit wary about teams that allow a lot of catch and shoot stuff. When there's not like a force of gravity that can create the catch and shoot stuff. Like, I mean, maybe Dennis can. I don't think he's really someone who you need to overcommit on and stuff. So, okay, hold up. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Sasser is just a bucket getter.
He is. He's been hooping. So, I will say I feel like his minutes are definitely like not guaranteed. It's like, okay, this dude's played amazing, so we're gonna give him a ton of extended run. I would just be a little bit wary about that. Okay, was there any? Yeah, so I would say a lot of games that don't matter. You could see a lot of bullshit from the Hornets Raptors because I mean the Hornets are resting LaMelo, so who knows if like it's going to be a lot of if they're just tanking the game away because it's two tanking teams. What I've noticed is that when two tanking teams play against each other, that's when like the crazy shit happens, right? It's like, oh yeah, like so this game could be bullshit. I think the Nets are they like to compete, but so I actually think that this game will be pretty normal, especially against the Clippers, who like you can play your guys against Clippers. Suns, Minnesota will be normal. Knicks, Bucks will be normal. Pelicans are officially tanking hella hard, so. And then the Jazz are tanking and they're on a back-to-back. So there's probably a lot of weird shit going on in a lot of these games today. Yeah, talk about Sasser. I'd probably stay away personally, but I definitely get where you're coming from. Say KD and Ant-Man. Yeah, I was looking at Ant-Man stuff. Ant always gets up for these games. So, Beasley, JJ, what do you think about Beasley? I know they definitely have been giving up the catch and shoot stuff. They are good against off-ball screens, so I will say.
Yeah, I just don't like his usage the last 2 games.
Yeah.
He's been
You
in
think?
these last 2 games have been great catch and shoot matchups, and he hasn't really got shots up.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. It's yeah, you would definitely like to see him, get more volume in these spots.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Beasley regression tour might be finally hidden.
Um, I don't know. I think Marcus Sasser having a hot hand probably affects it a little bit too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's another bucket getter
But he is in
shooter.
a great matchup, I would say, as of right now. So it just
Yeah.
depends. Like, if you want to think he's going to take advantage of the matchup, then I'd say I'd lean over. But based off the usage, I'm just kind of wary of it right now.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay. Let's move on to the next game. Did have 3 official plays for this game, so let's quick recap those. I mean, I had Dennis Schroeder over 13.5 points. Think that Cavs kind of let him go iso ball. They allow a ton of pull-ups, stuff like that. He's per 36 numbers with Kadoff have been very encouraging in terms of field goal attempts and volume and stuff. Asar, just don't like his minutes. His minutes have been god awful recently. Cavs pack the shit out of the paint. Mobley and Allen both should be in. Then Garland, Pistons are going to give it up. They really struggle to guard pick and roll actions. And, usually one of Garland or Mitchell rests on the back to back. Mitchell played 35 minutes last night. And, I think there's a lot of upside to this one if Mitchell is to miss. Okay. Raptors, Hornets. JJ. What are you thinking here with the good old Raptors and Hornets?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Would you touch like any? I just given that Lamelo's out, I just don't trust these guys' minutes. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a game like where they're tanking. So I'd be
Yeah.
willing to Josh Green too. I don't trust his minutes. I think the Raptors have been allowing a ton of threes, if I'm not mistaken. I Yeah, Raptors have been up there with the Jazz with overall 3-pointers attempted allowed. So what have those been coming from? Pull-ups? Yeah, a lot of pull-up threes.
It's a lot of
Catch.
everything.
Yeah. They've been a big time 3-point funnel. So yeah, I guess what do you think about this seems like a good spot to start giving Saloon minutes, I will say.
Yeah.
Um can we just like find a random Saloon edge? I don't know. He played 26 last game in a close game, 25. Um Yeah, I don't know. You got to start playing Saloon here. So I think that this is going to stick. We could do like a per 25 minutes thing for Saloon. Like, does his usage go up without LaMelo? I wouldn't think so, really. But maybe I don't
So
know.
since February, he's played with Miles Bridges, without Brandon Miller, without LaMelo Ball, um, 22 minutes, 10 points, 31 minutes, 8 points, 20 minutes, 3 points, uh, 20, 24 minutes, 3 points, and then 19 minutes, 9 points.
Nice Saloon. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I might look into Saloon a little bit in the future, just because, like, look, man, like you got to play this dude. Like you have to. He was what, like a 6 pick? Like in these games where you're clearly tanking, bro, it's like you got to give him some minutes. So
Yeah.
I think he can maybe be like a little bit interesting, but
I lean over on his points right now.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, for sure, I do too. I think he shoots. I think a lot of his shots are threes. Yeah, I mean most of his shots really are threes. So who knows? Schroeder under assists. Look, yeah, I think it's a good matchup for him to go under his assists, but I think that. I mean, when you're just looking at the numbers, bro, it's like you can't really get there, right? He's averaging 9 per 36 with Dennis or with Kadoff. I think the line's at 6.5, so yeah, you definitely can't get there. But
So he
I
had
think it's
6 in 23 minutes with foul trouble in a blowout. So, I mean, it probably goes over if there was no foul trouble.
Yeah. hmm yeah. yeah. Saloon, bro. Dude, Saloon's in my city right now. Should I go try to link up with him? Actually, no, he's probably in. He's in the six. He's in the six. He's in Drake City right now. I wonder how far away Saloon lives from me. He's probably like 8 minutes away from me. Um, yeah, Saloon. He's just like he's so raw. I don't know like why the Hornets drafted him so early, but
He's definitely showing flashes though.
yeah. Like if he could get a shot, bro, it's like I mean he's like lengthy as fuck. So
Yeah. Probably be like a year 3 type of player.
yeah, the Mud Gamer said Mobley points, flip threes. Yeah, we didn't talk about Mobley, but he's another guy who could probably benefit, or he would benefit from one of Garland or Mitchell sitting. So
Yeah.
he definitely makes sense. You wanted OKC to draft Saloon. Yeah, I mean, Saloon is like it would be a good fit for like a team like with OKC, honestly. Like just like a team where he can like literally like develop for 2 or 3 years before asking to play. Yeah, and I think that's why they made a good pick with Topic, right? Because I think Topic was supposed to go. I mean, he clearly was supposed to go way higher, and then he had the torn ACL or whatever. But it's like, okay, well, Topic wasn't going to play anyway, so we might as well take him since he fell like a lot. So yeah, Sam Presti, he's just a genius. So he's always going to draft good. JJ, this is your guy, and I already know the filter that I'm going to go to. But without LaMelo and Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no complaints from me.
It just like Bridges here. Like, are you gonna end up playing it? Because I feel like this is like something you usually would play.
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it's just scary. I don't know. It's just like, well,
I just want to research it a little bit more.
Yeah,
just to see exactly what the Raptors been doing lately,
and if the Hornets are gonna tank it away. It's just like, dude, the last thing I want to really make is a bet that has 0 chance of winning because of minutes, right? The thing is, though, it's like this Miles one's like a very, very high probability of winning if he just plays normal minutes. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on. I guess Raptors thoughts. I don't really have that because they only have the main guys listed for the Raptors, and it could be just like, okay, well, Hornets are tanking, we're tanking too. It's like I don't know.
Those are the 3 players I don't want to touch at all.
Yeah. Well, maybe for unders though, but it's also because quickly. I mean, Mark Williams, Nurkic will play that.
Messing around and have efficiency is the problem.
Yeah. Could you maybe like get behind a quickly first quarter point line? Eliminate the variance. No, he's gonna get deep drop with Mark and Nurk.
Yeah, it could be a good spot for first quarter.
Yeah. Maybe
matchup does make sense for 4.5.
Yeah, not for 5.5. Look at this different JJ.
Yeah, he ends on 5 way too much.
He like ends on 5 like half the time. It's like a 3 and like a 2 or something. No, I think this makes a ton of sense though. And then like especially when like these players know that they have a chance of getting benched, you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna come out and like jack everything up. But yeah, no, I think this actually makes a ton of sense. Like I said, I wouldn't make it official right now just because I don't play these lines. But yeah, I think that I might circle back to quickly on the late look stream and check out his first quarter line. Yeah, we talked about Miles. We said, it's like
you probably just got to rewind a couple minutes.
Yeah. We said that it's a good look, but him playing 20 minutes and never coming back is definitely in the range of outcomes. Okay, Clippers and Nets, JJ. I'm gonna kick it to you, man. Do you have any like Clippers props thoughts? It's a Ben Simmons revenge game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Is he gonna come out and be very aggressive scoring the ball?
Of course not.
Is he gonna be passing with anger?
Like I say, probably tough matchup for James Harden. Probably a good spot for Kawhi. Let's see.
Yeah, they're just going to be super aggressive against Harden for sure, I would think. Maybe Kawhi. I don't know. They are 7th. Where are they against? They're 8th against isolation. Pull.
But they don't really have anyone that's going to be able to defend him in isolation.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's
like guards that defend better in isolation, but not a Kawhi type of player.
See, pull-up twos. Nets don't really allow a ton of pull-up twos. Just like the pull-ups in general, right?
Yeah.
So catch and shoot stuff. I think it's like less than 10 feet. They're kind of getting cooked in the paint. Yeah, Brooklyn's been getting cooked. It could be a Zubac spot. He just has like a huge strength advantage on Claxton.
Yeah.
Do you think that Ty Lue gives like Ben like some extra run? Is that like in
Probably
the
not.
Pelicans?
They have way too many players they want to play here.
Yeah, and I've seen they were playing Ben and Zoo against the Knicks last game at the same time. Zoo was kind of
Yeah.
like getting cooked on defense because he would just like him. So they like whenever they would score and like could set their defense, it would be Kawhi guarding Cat, but like every time in transition, he would end up on Cat. Or like after like a miss, he would end up on Cat, and then he was just getting fried. So he was actually kind of a liability out there against the Knicks. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, what do you think about like a Zoo? I mean, it's definitely a good assist spot for Zoo too, but I don't really like what you need from him.
I would
On
say
this.
Zoo or Powell here would be my top two choices. Maybe like a close lean on Kawhi. But yeah, Nets are still giving up catch and shoot, and they're struggling in the paint. So those would be like matchup wise my top two choices.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Zubac is looking pretty good here with Norm, Harden, and Kawhi. We could try to filter out some tough matchups, I guess. Nets. I just think that Zoo could have a great rebounding game too. Brooklyn, yeah, they've been kind of getting crushed on the glass. Post up, they'll give that up. Cuts and stuff. I'm trying to look into Zoo because Zoo does make sense. What's the spread on this one? 12. They do have Cam Johnson back. The Nets are competitive. Yeah, Norm makes sense. Do you think that Norm is just this is who he is for the rest of the year, or do you think what he was earlier?
I think what he was earlier, closer to that at least.
Mm-hmm.
He's finally played 30 plus minutes back to back games, so I think we'll eventually start to see his efficiency go back up.
Yeah. We'll get to this in a little bit. We're going game by game. So, yeah. Yeah, Norm. We talked about Norm. Yeah, I think Harden just might make sense, right? I mean,
yeah, I think it's just a fair set line.
I thought that Harden was gonna play like shit coming off the injury. I mean, he shot very efficient, but yeah, Harden was absolutely frying. Did not have a great assist game. Harden assists, JJ. What do you think about this one?
His potentials have been kind of low lately.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Harden has a lot of those like janky assists though, where it's like off ball screens where, and like people just put it on the floor and score for him or throws it into Zubac, 2 dribble, post up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harden assists could make. I mean, Harden assists is probably a good bet. I mean, JJ, look at this is with Norm, Kawhi, and Zoo. Was not on any sort of minute restriction whatsoever. Even though he got fucking clobbered in the quad. Yeah, it definitely was hot earlier. Now it's kind of slowed down a bit, but still really good stuff overall. Yeah, JJ, what do you think about maybe just Harden under points?
I think I don't know. I think 21 is just a tough one for me, at least.
I agree. Let's see, I mean, he is averaging 21.4 in games with Norm, Kawhi, and Zoo. Yeah, what about isolation? Let's go to like the play types, right? So isolation, let's take out teams that are top 10, and then that's isolation. Where's the DPT2? And then we could do pretty good for here. Let's do like top half of the league. So yeah, then it's like a little bit worse. I guess we could just do, but Norm matters. Let's just take Kawhi off too. Then it's like kind of getting, somewhat dicey. I think that Harden unders are a good look for sure, but yeah. Yeah. It's just overall okay, but
Yeah, 3 of those misses within the top 10 were just the Lakers.
yeah. The Laker girls. I always like hear like that announcer like saying that shit when he's like announcing them. Yeah, no, I think this is a good look. I think you could maybe do some correlated Harden stuff. I might do a correlated Harden play. Come closer to tip, like under points over assists. I haven't really done those plays because I know they're kind of tough to like track and stuff when you're giving out plays. But yeah, done in the done in the
It definitely
lineup.
does, because he's a horrible shooter.
And yeah, well, also he'll probably just like catch it, be wide open, and like pass it to like Kawhi, in like the post or something. You can get that, yeah. Oh yeah. No, especially I think that's a good bet, because this is plus EV to begin with. I think this is a really good bet. Yeah, if you can play the 365 line, yeah, it's like for sure. Yeah, you're on Harden and Powell, one or the other. Yeah, for sure. Okay, my Wolves, who are very unmotivating right now, versus the Phoenix Suns. We're gonna kick their ass. I promise you that. Like Ant's gonna be up for this one. He's gonna be engaged. I kind of really like Ant rebounds and assists or just assists because look, the Suns are like a massive catch and shoot funnel. They blitz Ant every time, and they're so bad when they blitz. Like they just don't know how to blitz. Nick Richards, like he gets up and he can't move really. But yeah, Suns' fourth lowest pull-up frequency allowed over the last 10 games. So that's good. I mean, Ant's cleared this line in all 3 games against them. Rebounds and assists, all 3 games. I think rebounds and assists, he's averaging 10.3 on the year. Definitely been good as of recent. I will say, the reason I didn't make this an official play, JJ, as you can imagine, I can hear you clicking around right now. I'm sure you're going to games with the whole team active. But yeah, it's been so last 30 isn't terrible for a hit rate, but and also Ant likes to like guard KD and shit and like try to like clamp them up and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, Ant or Booker. Jaden will take Booker. Julius probably takes Durant, I would think, maybe. But Ant will spend some time guarding them. He just likes to like do that goofy shit. But yeah, Ant rebounds and assists, I think, is a very good look. Or just assists. I don't know, JJ. What are you thinking here with Ant? If you had to pick one, what would you go with? Rebounds and assists or just assists?
I might go with just assists, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, could definitely make sense. But it's just like you're only asking for 5 rebounds. Like shit. Nick Richards will crash the glass a little bit. Rudy. Yeah. Let me just quick go back to this and like double take. Let's say a 58% hit rate. Good hit rate against the Suns. What's and then like see, and this is JJ. This is kind of why I'm thinking rebounds and assists over just assists. Look at like the season long hit rate with just assists with these guys, and okay, let's take out like these first couple games because this dude was like not diamond for shit. Like what the fuck? This dude is averaging like 2 assists to start the year. Okay. So then it's like 19 out of 36. He's over in the last 23 out of 36 with everyone active. I think I'll give it a play. Let's go AE. Let's go AE. AE over 9.5 rebounds and assists. That's not a big ask for him. He's always fired up to play the Suns. He's going to be locked in, engaged. Hopefully that can help with rebounding a little bit. And definitely assists should be there. So yeah, let's go Anthony Edwards over 9.5 rebounds and assists for an official play. I think it's definitely a great assist matchup for sure. Like for sure. So all right, I just locked that in at Caesars for -106. You can get -105s, save $1 by doing that. But JJ, is there any other questions that we have? I always play Minnesota spread versus Suns. Yeah, pure system. Yeah, we fucking own the Suns. Oh yeah, JJ, get into this one. And I will say I really like it. I really like his like ladders and stuff. So
yeah, I mean 1.5 threes I wouldn't play. I mean it's way too much juice. It's -175 to all the way up to -200. So I would play a ladder if that's really what you want to do. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the
-200
ladder's
and
such
all
a
that is
good
crazy.
play, though. The Suns are going to give up so many catch and shoots to us. Dante too. I think Dante actually like. I'm pretty sure Dante last time they played the Suns, JJ. You know, FanDuel has like those like raining threes promos and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Dante like won the raining threes when they played the Suns last time.
Yeah, and of course they don't have his lines right now. That's what I would be waiting for this game.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay. Ant Edwards. I played that officially. I was gonna always play one of them. I looked at that. That shit just feels short. 5-5. That's not a big ask for Ant, especially against the Suns. Except Ant, you know, JJ, Ant's actually my least profitable player to bet on this year.
Really?
Yeah, that's fucking sad. Kawhi Leonard over. I just wouldn't play Kawhi's over, man. The Nets just really like to force the ball out of Star's hands, and I would probably stay away from it. Dante, yeah, we don't have Dante lines. I don't think. Okay, let me quick refresh it and see if I'm.
No, we don't.
We don't. Okay. No, but Dante, 100%, 100%. Look, if Dante's at 2.5, 100%, bro. I'll probably play that shit. So yeah, definitely a great bet for Devo. I think Dante's coming off of a pretty poor game as well. So maybe we do get a 1 for 7 from deep. Yeah, hopefully we get a 2.5 line. That would be sweet. Fucking love Dante. Such a good player. Am I Australian? Hell no, bro. Think I'm an Aussie. Think I'm a mate. Yeah, no, I'm American, damn it. Fucking America. Okay. Sun side of things, JJ. What are you thinking here? I think that D Book and KD are a little bit interesting. I mean, maybe fade a spot up guy.
Yeah.
But Wolves defense has been ass. They're not really allowing catch and shoots, unsurprisingly, but like pull ups, they're letting people get to the rim too. Not that the Suns have like anyone who like really applies rim pressure, but yeah, I think the Wolves have really been like letting people get to the cup on them, which is fucking sad when you have like Rudy Gobert on your team. Maybe that's intentional. I don't know. I guess the field goal percentage allowed has been like league average, but definitely funneling stuff to the rim. Pull ups will be there. Really, just people with high usage will get their stuff off against the Wolves. But yeah, JJ, do you think like a Ryan Dunn under could maybe be a little intriguing, or what are you thinking there?
Ryan Dunn could be intriguing. Line feels a tad high for me. I like it when it's like 7.5, 8.5. Let's see. Threes on the other hand, maybe.
Oh no, I'm talking about unders on Dunn.
I mean, I was still taking over, to be honest.
You like his over? He has been hooping.
Yeah, because the Wolves every now and then do be leaking threes.
I wonder I wonder if they put Gobert on Dunn and then
Mm-hmm.
put Randall on Richards or something. I could see
Yeah.
that too. So
I would like done under points more at that 9.5 line.
yeah, I like Booker and Durant's overs. So it's like you could maybe play a role player under based off of that. I don't know. Maybe like a Royce O'Neal or a Grayson Allen if they get a line listed, or Tyus Jones maybe. Just like a spot up guy who, definitely won't get left wide open. I think that could make sense. But yeah, Booker stuff makes sense. KD stuff I think also makes sense. Yeah. Holy shit, we're at 46 minutes. Okay, guys. If you guys are still here, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel if you haven't already. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you guys are on Twitter, make sure to drop a follow, straight betting, all that good stuff. If you guys are interested in becoming good NBA bettors, knowledgeable NBA bettors, make sure to check out Props Madness. It is the best NBA researching tool on the market by far. It is very easy to see teams' defensive schemes, very easy to filter by usage, by minutes, by players being in and out. It is really just the best tool on the market by a mile. Obviously, guys, we've been showing it off this entire time on stream. And we do have a code. So if you guys do check it out, make sure to use code SB25 to get you 25% off. Like I said, not only does it get you 25% off, but it also does support the show. So yeah, all right, guys. Is it lotto time? I think it's lotto time. Let me quick. Got my FanDuel account, except Fred. Actually, no, I placed that Fred Van. I had a Fred Van Vliet threes, and he actually didn't close because he was playing like shit. But he shot 1 for 7 from deep last night. So my FanDuel account got a little bit revived. Not really, because do I have a play there? Please tell me I have a play going on FanDuel right now. I think I do. Okay, so yeah, my FanDuel account's been like, I really hate depositing money in, so that's why I like really want to win my bets that are on FanDuel. Okay, lotto time. JJ, should we go do a little Garland fiasco?
Yeah, we can.
Should we do 20 and 8?
I like that.
Okay. Garland 20 and 8. Dennis Schroeder 10 plus.
Yep.
Or we could do 15 plus maybe. What is the odds on that plus? And then okay, let's do that for this game. And okay, is there anything else you like? Do you want to go Clippers Nets? Do some. Let's see. Do you like Zubac like double? Oh my goodness, minus 240. That's gross. What about like Zoo 15 and 10?
We could do that.
Okay. I kind of want to bring Dennis down to 10.
What do you have it at right now again? You said 15?
I had it at 15. All right, now we're at plus 1,000. Okay, JJ,
It says share the screen.
Oh, I'm an idiot. My bad, guys. This is Protham. You always saving me, my boy. Kolek double, dude. I kind of actually like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Damn, I actually do kind of like that. Yeah, no, I really like that. Dude, because he's a really good passer, and like he just like passes up but like him scoring 10 points is like where it gets dicey. I'd rather like do like 2 plus 3s and like 10 assists rather than like 10 points, because I could like so see him having like 6 points or like 9 points on like only 3s. No, I actually really fuck with that though. I really fuck with it. Let's see. Do we like Zoo? I like Zoo a fair bit. So Jada, are you cool with the Zoo?
Yeah, I'm cool with Zoo.
Okay. And then should we put Ant? Could we do an Ant 4 and 4? What do you feel about an Ant 4 and 4?
Maybe we'll see what the people like.
You guys like and 4-4? You put the, but I don't think we can take. Oh, okay, yeah, we could do the hard and correlated. Yeah, we could go back and do the hard and correlated. I wish that there was an alt under though. That's the one thing I'm thinking, and I don't think there is. But we could do a hard and.
You probably gotta wait until later for that.
Yeah. Under 21.5 points, 8+ assists. Could do that for sure. Is there any other things you like, JJ? Or how should we do this lotto? Should we? I don't even know because I feel like we're doing.
There's a lot of legs.
Yeah. Okay, let's do 2 SGPs. Okay, let's do one for this game, and then. So we have Garland in there. I really like having Garland in there. Dennis Schroeder, we probably should do like 15+. And if we're gonna do that. JJ, is there anything else that we talked about for this game that makes sense? Should we just go in on Mobley too? Maybe. Like Mobley.
Or like 20+ points.
Could we do like a combo line? Like a. Yeah, Mobley. We could do Mobley like 15+. And then what is that? Okay. Because that's just like gonna be safe. That's just gonna be safe. Asar under. Fuck that, dude. I don't want to just like put like my whole card in it though. So this is very correlated, right? With, if Mitchell misses. Like if Mitchell misses, do you think that? I mean, if Mitchell misses, this is like super live, and even if not, right? But maybe we could do Garland, just his normal assist line. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, then we need like one last little leg, JJ. What are you thinking?
Last leg, honestly, I'm not sure. Those are really the only players I wanted for this game.
Yeah. We could just let it rock right here. Do I have a boost? Do I have like a shitty boost? Let's see if I got a boost. Soccer. Tell them about some soccer. Okay, I don't have a boost. I like this. I like this a lot, JJ. Maybe we just don't stop being so greedy, I guess, and just take this.
Yeah.
Okay. Even what's? Yeah, Dennis. Well, actually, let's go back to Dennis's. Let's see. Plus 750. Okay, let's just get our feet wet. I'm gonna probably put a little bit 25, 50 to win 300. Okay. Yeah, let's just get our feet wet, okay? We're just gonna get our feet wet here. Okay, here's the lotto, guys. Garland to score 20 points and over 6.5 assists. Dennis Schroeder over 13.5 points. Evan Mobley 15+ points. All pretty well correlated with this game with these guys sitting, and then Dennis Schroeder. We probably could like be a little bit greedy with Dennis, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. What's Dennis 20?
His efficiency just scares me.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. What's Dennis 20? Oh, now we're cooking. I think it's worth. Okay, let's just do like the Dennis 15, I guess. Okay, plus 840. JJ, do you got any problems with this?
Nope.
Okay. Cool. Locked her in. Okay, let's get back to the slate. Do we have any more games? Okay, Knicks Bucks. We have 3 more games. Shit, we only got like 5 minutes left. Let's go, JJ. Is there any of these games that stand out to you more than others? I know Giannis is questionable, so it's like I don't really want to. I don't know, man. And he missed last game, so
Yeah, Giannis is questionable, and then for the Warriors, Steph is questionable. Jazz hasn't released their lineup yet.
Mm-hmm. Could go over Knicks. Let's quick over Knicks props, I guess. I think that Giannis being out definitely matters for scheme a little bit. They're just going to be tougher in the paint. They're definitely going to be tougher in the paint. What do you think about Kolek?
I like his assists.
Okay,
somebody's got to pass the ball here. No campaign either. No McBride, no Brunson.
Okay, JJ. I got burnt by Mitch last game really badly. He only played 13 minutes. This is if Giannis plays, Mitch is in such a good spot to play minutes.
Yeah.
Like the too big would make perfect sense here if Giannis plays. Because you don't want Cat on fucking Giannis, bro, with like no secondary rim protection really.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Mitch could be a good buy low spot on his rebounds. I probably wouldn't touch his points if Giannis plays because he's going to need to score at the rim, and that's kind of tough to do against him. What do you think? What do you think about Kolek stuff?
Yeah, I like his assists.
Me too.
I haven't seen him like try and score, so I got to watch film on that.
Yep. I mean, he's like a pretty much only 3-point shooter. So I mean, it could be a good matchup. Look, honestly, Kolek really could be interesting. Honestly, but what is his PRA at? 15.5 PRA at Caesars. Ooh. Kolek really could be a tad interesting. I think it's probably a pretty good matchup for him to score. So, yeah. He definitely 100%. Lopez threes. Yeah, I would think that Cat guards him.
Definitely could be a good spot for Lopez.
What has Lopez done? Okay. His 3-point volume hasn't been great, I will say, in these games, but I think it makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Is there any last second? Warriors Pelicans, that shit's fucking gross. Except for I think that this is actually definitely a good Jimmy Troll spot. Cool little Jimmy Troll. Wouldn't hate a Jimmy under if we get Steph playing. Wouldn't hate like a Quentin Post over someone who's just probably going to play some extended run. Kuminga. I think Kuminga's like a bad team, not a bad team merchant, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, could play a little extended run and get extended usage against a bad team. So I think Kuminga's probably in a pretty good spot. And Utah, Denver. Let me quick check last second injury report. Nuggets injury report. Jokic's probable. Looks like Murray's questionable with a new hamstring. Probably a great spot to rest Jamal, to be honest with you. So could be like a good Westbrook assist spot maybe, if that's the case. But yeah, a lot of variance in this game. Probably not worth our time to go over it and probably, spend some time going over on late looks. So yeah. All right, Protham. Appreciate you being active in the comments. Appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, guys, perfect. So great stream today. JJ, did you end up having an official play or no?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, perfect. All good. All right, guys. Definitely got a lot riding on the Pistons-Cavs game. I'll probably be pretty fucking nervous during this game. But yeah. So before I recap the plays, guys, if you are on YouTube, one last reminder: make sure to like the video, stream, whatever you want to call it, sub to the channel, and yeah, join our Discord. It's completely free. I updated the Linktree bio because I didn't realize that the Discord was set to the non-permanent link. So if you guys do want to join our free Discord, we'll give out some freebies in there every now and then. JJ will post all his plays. I'll give out a free pick a day. Same with Liam. Same with Quentin and stuff. So yeah, make sure to join that. And here's the plays: Dennis Schroeder over 13.5 points. Asar Thompson under 10.5 points. Darius Garland over 28.5 PRA, and Ant-Man and Edwards over 9.5 rebounds and assists. All right, cool. JJ, you got anything to say before I head out?
I mean, if you guys have any more questions, just ask in the Discord. We have like separate channels for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's gonna do it. We will see you guys either tonight or tomorrow.